So every part of the area has unique features, unique vegetation and unique species, and it's not very well documented. And of course, to do that would cost a lot of money, and so citizen science is a great way to enlist an army of people to help that scientific process.
Welcome to the Friday afternoon component of the 2021 Cooloola BioBlitz. My name's Lindy Orwin, and I'm the president of Cooloola Coastcare and the resident technology geek. So if you have questions about the technology and things like that, I'm the person that you want to come and chat with. We've got a couple of workshops going. I'm going to talk a little bit about iNaturalist and kind of our goal for the weekend.
A BioBlitz is a group of citizen scientists joining scientists in the field to document every living thing in a particular area. At Cooloola, we've taken that and adapted it to be a 48-hour full weekend event where we take lots of people out into the bush with those scientists in small groups, and we document all sorts of species of plants and animals and fungi. So our event started with us recruiting the scientists, and they may be professional scientists, retired scientists, really enthusiastic amateurs who are well known for a particular field, or nature bloggers. So we have a range of people who are our experts, and we sign them up, and then people sign up to join as citizen scientists with us.
So before I begin, I want to acknowledge our bachelor elders, past, present and emerging. I just want to acknowledge and pay my respects to our old people who commenced the struggle so that we can enjoy the opportunities we have today. I'd also like to acknowledge the Gubbi Gubbi people who we share the Cooloola Coast area with. And so, Nai Bawa Gara, Jali Bachelor Ja, Galangonyen, Nali Baya, Wanya, Yemen, Wanya Jinangja, Yangaloo, Barau Baraugan, Nali Jali, Barangam, Naju, Gawan Naja, Baranga Barangum Yamare. Here I stand on Bachelor country. Thank you all who have come to attend and support and celebrate on Bachelor country. We ask, when journeying through country, leave only footprints.
They come in and we have workshops all afternoon on the first evening and into the evening. So we get people trained in the tech.
So you want to make sure before you join the Australian version of iNaturalist, you leave it on the iNaturalist network, the global network, join the project, and then it will show up in the Australian one.
We have them learn specific skills they'll need in the field, how to take good photos, what kind of photos to take with their phone cameras. We teach them how to tag the locations using their GPS in their phone, or how to take a track recording if they have DSLR cameras, and how to add that location information later. So there's a lot of setting the people up with the skills so that they can really be good scientists in the field.
A little bit about the system of scientific rigour, because there's a number of components to nature journaling. And when we're involved in a program of citizen science like the BioBlitz or other projects, then it's good to know what scientific process is. For the most of us, it's irrelevant, because we're not developing a journal that we're going to be handing to a museum.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, all right. I'll hold it up a bit.
We go out in the field. for a survey that lasts 6 hours. So people pack their lunch and they head out in the field with their scientist, they photograph, they learn, the scientists teach them in the field about their particular speciality, and they are collecting the data then that we use for the records of the species in this area. So we're running from about 7 a.m. with our first bird walks right through to midnight or later. And you can choose what you want to participate in. And that goes to the second day without the afternoon and evening bit, because we leave people time to travel home. So you get to go on 2 field surveys. And you sign up for those on a system where all of the scientists identify where they're going and what they're looking at in specific ways, and then they sign up so that there's never more than about 10 people in any group. So it's a nice small group experience. And we cover a lot of area that way. They come back at the hall in the afternoon and then work like scientists do in the lab. So they learn a lot about identification as they work together to identify all those species. Every time we run the BioBlitz, it's an annual event, we learn more about how to get citizen scientists out in the field safely and with a great lot of education and really great experiences.
And you'll use different techniques for different insects. So this thing's called a beat net or a beat sheet.
But we also learn more about the species in this area, and we've discovered lots of new species every time, over 100 now, and that's why we use the iNaturalist program to record it, because every person can run it on their phone for free. We can capture all the data as a project, and that data is then evaluated by people all over the world, and the IDs are confirmed. And when you get 3 confirmations of an ID, it turns it into a research grade record. And so we have confidence that that data is accurate. Part of what we're doing is just knowledge and understanding of the area, understanding how the elements interact, and that provides the basic understanding we need for our government and our rangers to make decisions about fire use, about protection of particular areas, where to have tracks, where to keep places inaccessible by humans because there's very rare and threatened species there, and where to allow people to enjoy the park. So that the main reason for having a national park in the first place, of protection of nature, is balanced with the enjoyment of nature by the people who visit. This is a unique conservation-based tourism event as well, because those people come to the town, they use the accommodation, we get catering done here, and we try and use everything local that we possibly can, and yet still be really aware that this is a place that we're coming to look after and to learn from. One of the goals of our group is to engage with the traditional owners and native title holders in our area. And so we've been helping sponsor participation and engaging them in the planning of our BioBlitz as well. And so we had a wonderful group of elders and participants and young participants as well.
I can say there's some language, and that way the education is coming through, where people are getting an awareness and they're getting educated, and you know, it's for our next generation. Not only the bachelor people, but everyone. Yeah. Everyone. So that's an opportunity.
Yep. And they've taught us so many things about the context of nature and their cultural importance of what is happening, and also influencing our design, and have stressed to us how important it is to bring more young people to the BioBlitz. So children are learning from the youngest age to be a part of understanding nature and to understand the sustainability and the way we have to care for the country that we're in, because we depend on it. But we also want to help teach other organisations how to host this kind of an event. We're working really closely with the Butcher Aboriginal Corporation on Gari at the moment to look at the feasibility of hosting an event there, because it's even more remote and involves a lot more logistics. We're looking at the same thing with BAC and the Buntak group for Bachelor and the Cubby Cubby group on how do we bring cultural, language and Indigenous scientific knowledges into our understanding of these. So we're documenting it from multiple perspectives and we're learning the significance of what we're finding from multiple perspectives. So it's a melding of the Indigenous science approach and knowledges and the Western, with neither being dominant. It's about seeing it with different eyes when we're looking at the same thing.